Well, there's no escaping it. And as we get older, especially get to be about my age and realize there's ultimately some sort of shelf life. That as much fun as I'm having during the day, there may be a time where I'm going to want to not only slow down, I may have to slow down, and especially need a little bit of help throughout the day. And if I wanted to stay in our fair, wonderful valley, there is a great place for such things to happen. Oakmont of Santa Clarita, and here with me is Margie. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. So you've had your 1-year anniversary, and this is a few months ago. You had a big celebration.
We did,
and this is pretty exciting that Oakmont is here to provide our senior citizens. I shouldn't say that because I'm really like right hovering on the edge of that. But our senior citizens who need a little bit of care. An opportunity to stay in town and get really excellent care.
Absolutely. And I think when we look at a resident's care, we have to look at the total being. And so some residents may move into Oakmont and need that physical assistance like you're talking about, maybe help taking a shower or getting dressed or some mobility issues. But there are also residents that move in that need more of a social help. You know, they may be isolated in their homes. Maybe they don't drive anymore. Maybe they lost a spouse and they're not comfortable, you know, in a couple setting. Maybe there is something going on physically that makes it difficult to get out of the home. And so, you know, you start to see some of that isolation. And I think it's important for adult children or that family member that's keeping an eye to be looking at that and seeing, is mom and dad, are they getting out? Are they getting socialization? Or is the socialization the TV or just kind of sitting in a quiet room? Because that's going to lead to more problems down the line.
Exactly. We're talking about depression, and then from depression comes a lot of, can exacerbate mental and or physical problems as well down the road.
Absolutely.
I've seen that happen firsthand, so I totally get where you're coming from with this.
And, you know, then it becomes the big social event is I'm going to go to my doctor's appointment, you know.
Exactly.
And there's so much more that we can offer our residents and our seniors, and obviously the senior center is overflowing with programs that are great. But again, you have to be able to get there. So at Oakmont, we bring everything to them. And we have seen such a great change in some of the residents that when they move in, their daughter might say, you know, my mom has been sitting at home. She doesn't do much. You know, she watches TV. She listens to the radio or she reads, but she's not a social person. She used to be, but she's not anymore. And then they come to Oakmont and you start to see, it might start with just coming to mealtime and sitting with, you know, people at a table. It might be even a kind of a passive socialization where they come and sit down in a common area, maybe listen to happy hour, but they're not talking to anybody, but they're listening to the music and their toes are tapping and there's a smile on their face. And then it just flows from there that they talk to the person sitting next to them, or they start talking about the music and their history and their past, what they did with their husband, a cruise that they went on where this was the music that they played. And so you see it really start to expand. There's a reason to be getting up. There's a reason to put on your lipstick. There's a reason to come out because, you know, we're going to be doing old-time radio talks today. And this person loved old-time radio talks and those radio shows. So all of a sudden, mom's up and out of the room. Oakmont really looks at the total resident. So we're looking at the cognitive. So we want to make sure, are we doing thinking activities, those brain games? That could be a bridge game. It could be a card game. It could be a crossword puzzle as a group. You know, a jigsaw puzzle. Anything that's really going to get the brain thinking.
Exactly. And that's really important. We're talking with Margie from Oakmont Senior Living, by the way, located in Santa Clarita. But really, there's two things here, Margie, I think is really important. Is one, as children of the parents and older children who may still have a work to go to and things like that, or maybe even still may have some kids at home, to make sure that our parents, when they are at that stage, have not only a place where they're going, we're not just putting them in the quote-unquote old folks warehouse, right, but actually they're getting interaction and maintaining and or improving the quality of life from where they were at that point where they're still trying to make it on their own. So this is really important for anyone who may be in that situation and understand the stress of trying to do some of these things on your own while still trying to manage your own life. I think this is really important at Oakmont of Santa Clarita is a possible option for your parents or even for yourself as you're getting there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so this is, and again, full senior, not just like assisted living, of course, but it's also I like a better way, like interactive living. Is that a good term
that could be? I mean, definitely, because it is interactive, and we do have residents that move in that don't need any care at all. They just don't want to manage a home. They're lonely. They want to get closer to a family member. So we have residents that drive and are extremely independent.
So it's very, very flexible as to what's available for anyone
yes,
who is just looking for, like you mentioned, still can be very active, but maintaining a house or even a condo or all that other stuff, it can be kind of difficult. So this is exciting, and you have, of course, leases available, anything from like a studio up to is that right, 2-bedroom,
2-bedroom, 2-bath. Yeah.
So you've got the opportunity to have a little bit of space as well. So Oakmont of Santa Clarita, the website is oakmontofsantaclarita.com, and it's a really good opportunity. And you offer tours and things as well, right?
Absolutely. You can just stop by. You can call and set up a time.
And the website has a lot of great information, including floor plans and also, I believe, your activities and things that go on as well.
Yes, our calendar.
So you can check that out. So whether it's for yourself, whether it's for a loved one, spouse, parents, grandparents, Uncle Tom, who's come out to stay, there's any, or even just friends that you can refer to. That's really important, especially as we get to be my age. I don't want to say our age. I don't know how old you are, Margie. I assume you're younger than me. But but when we get to that point, we start really keeping an eye out for that stuff. And not to mention, it's not too long before someone like me will be there. So it's good to know that it's there.
Get you on the wait list.
That's right, Margie. Thank you so much for stopping by.
You're
always
very
a pleasure to get updated on Oakmont of Santa Clarita, and you're located on Newhall Ranch Road, or up on Newhall Ranch Road.
Yeah,
correct?
We're on Newhall Ranch Road between the 5 and Copper Hill.
Right by Walmart. Perfect.
Right by Walmart and LA Fitness.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Margie. Really appreciate it.